I forgot to explain to you a couple of things. One was, you notice when Art burned the cook, the thing with the glue, and he says, you know, oh, take the top off, and then he says, oh, not in the thing, not in the cup, we weren't allowed to stop. If we made a mistake, we weren't allowed to stop. Until the director said cut, we just had to keep going. And that's because sometimes with mistakes, you get great material. You can find some way to turn that mistake into something. Now that's what art's got in common with science, right? People make mistakes in science and they end up being discoveries and stuff like that. It's very similar to art. Okay, now a lot of people ask me, Paul, was that your real hair? And I say, no, actually it's not my real hair. This is my real hair, and look, I'm bald. It's not funny. Okay, now let's talk about the audience in the United States. 52% adults. Yeah, kids show, 52% adults. Why, beakman, why? Because adults knew that if they watched a kids show about science, they would understand science. So in other words, we did the theory of relativity in 6 minutes for 8 to 12-year-olds. Now that's hard to do, right? But so adults said, it's for kids, I'm gonna get it. And a lot of people find science really hard to understand, right? So the kids show, you know, they really enjoy it. But our thing was, okay, we do all the conventional science and the physics and the biology and whatever else that we do on the show, but we thought, what do kids really like? What are they really interested in? How can we use their interests to further their science education? So first, the first thing we thought of was snot. Now, I don't know if you guys know what snot is, but this is what it looks like. Kids are also really interested in saliva, right? And body odor, dandruff, hiccups, burps, barf, farts. Anyway, we wanted to use those bodily functions. We had a great episode about going up the nose. I don't know if anybody saw that. It was so much fun. We had this big tube and it was covered in Hollywood snot, and I wore like an astronaut suit, and I was walking around like swish, swish. Anyway, it was fun. So a lot of people I know were wondering, what was our goal? Well, our goal was really to open the door of science, okay? There's the door of science, how people perceive it, right? That's how people look at it. But we wanted to make science accessible. And I think that's why, in many ways, it's successful, because I hear from you guys who like the shows a lot. And here's some kids. I don't know why this is in here. That's my nephew. But the kids are great, you know, it's really fantastic to play for them and to try to reach their senses of humor. And by the way, these are $9 each, so. And there's a kid right there. And sometimes I'm lucky to go to hospitals. This is an oncology ward, cancer ward at the hospital. And here's a kid eating Beakman's World. Somebody had a really cool Halloween outfit. That was nice. Do that again. Okay, so finally, folks, I just want to say to you right now that, finally, I want to tell you, I hear from a lot of people one thing. I'm a scientist today because of you. I'm a doctor today because of you. I'm an astrophysicist today because of you. I'm a teacher today. I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse. A biologist. I hear this all the time, and people will say to me, "Oh man, you must get so sick and tired of hearing that." But I got to tell you, people, I never, ever, will ever get sick of hearing that you people are interested in science today because of Beakman's World. The end. Thanks a lot, you guys. Thank you. I'm going to answer some questions now. Okay? And these guys have the mic, so if you want to ask a question, just wave the guys with the mic and stand up and ask a question.
Hello, beakman.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you.
Was that the question?
Yeah. What was your motivation for acting in TV?
And what?
What was your motivation for acting TV?
Oh, I didn't have any motivation for acting in TV. My motivation was for making puppet shows. I was, being on TV, it just never occurred to me. I like making puppet shows. Because when I do puppet shows, I can be in charge of everything. I can do all the voices and the characters and, it's megalomania a go-go. So I love doing that. But I got the job by accident, They needed a weirdo, they found a weirdo. So, and then I love doing it. And I love doing these live shows because that's what I've done all my life, is live theater. So I hope that answered your question. Who's next? Yeah.
Do you have any hobbies?
Do I have any hobbies? It's a really rude question. No, I'm kidding. I do have hobbies. I'm a big art fanatic, particularly 20th century art. So I collect art. I actually have a Rufino Tamayo print at my house that I bought on eBay, and they didn't know what it was. So I bought it really cheap. So I really love art. I love making art, music, stuff like that. But I would say mainly art is my thing in terms of a hobby.